All right, guys. Um, hello, everyone, first of all. And today we're going to be talking about fast fashion. Does anybody know what fast fashion is? And why should you care?
Um,
I
it's a
think
new fashion.
mm, not
It's
really.
like the style practice.
Fast fashion is something that particularly has to do with uh, Southeast Asia, I think, and Asia particularly. Um, so let's figure out what it is, okay?
Okay.
And you definitely should be interested, okay?
Mhm.
Who would like to read?
I will.
Okay.
Fast fashion is a design, manufacturing, and marketing method focused on rapidly producing high volumes of clothing. Garment production utilize trend, replication, and low quality materials in order in order to bring inexpensive styles to the public. These cheaply made trendy pieces have resulted in an industry-wide movement towards overwhelming amounts of consumption. Ah,
So just a heads up, a garment is an item of clothing, like a shirt, a pair of shoes, socks, t-shirt, jeans, shorts. That's a garment, anything that has to do with clothing. So basically, fast fashion is a way of making clothes cheap
mhm,
and and inexpensive, and also poor, and sometimes a lot of times they're poorly made, but they're trendy
Mm,
and creates a lot of consumption.
mhm,
So trust me, it's going to get a little more interesting. So fast fashion combines two things: a trend replication and increasingly rapid production. Okay?
mhm.
So the first thing,
really.
trend replication. What do you think? Can you read? Can somebody read what trend replication is?
Yes.
Gentlemen, please.
Yes.
Trend Trendy replication is a fast and cheap copy of a new fashion trend.
Yes. So basically, these people, these
Yes.
designers, they go to fashion shows and they take pictures of clothing lines at fashion shows. Then they go back
Mm,
to their company and they try and make cheap replicas, duplicates, like a twin
The
of the
original
clothing.
one.
Yeah, of the original one.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right,
trend.
Tyr, can you read
Yeah,
what rapid production is?
sure.
Thank you.
In a fast fashion, rapid production is quick way of the mass producing these trends. Rapid productions often includes cheap or child level making low quality items.
Yeah. So so they call these the places where rapid production is made, they call them sweatshops. Is that a familiar term you might be familiar with? Have you ever heard what a sweatshop is?
Sweatshop.
Yeah. Basically, it's, and by the way, we have these in America too, evidently. In New York, believe it or not, there have been um, um, raids, police raids of sweatshops. So basically, sometimes when people are illegally brought into the country or people need money, they get a job,
Mhm.
and this job is very low pay, or maybe they take out a loan. And what a person does is almost makes the worker a slave, and
Mm,
forces them to work long hours and
mm,
without food in a very hot area temperature,
mm.
and also children work in these conditions as well. So, and they are abused. So,
Mm.
so here is one of the fast fashion companies, one of the bigger ones.
H&M.
Yeah, H&M. Would somebody like to read the first paragraph? This one right here?
Rotate,
Me?
rotate.
Yeah, sure. How about Kamara?
Yep. Founded in 1946, Sweden-based H&M, short for Hennes and Mauritz,
Yeah,
is
some.
one of the oldest fast fashion company. As of 2019, H&M operates in 74 countries over 5,000 stores under its various brands, which, along with H&M, include the slightly more upscale COS and the youth-oriented Monkey.
I don't know what. Does anybody know what Monkey means? Is that it? I
Monkey.
think that's
No,
a. I think that's I think COS and Monkey are H&M labels, like higher end labels, like higher fashion labels with H&M. So,
are you mean the standard or
what'd you say?
you mean the standards?
So like the labels in your clothing. So like
Mm.
so H&M is the label, but then they have another label called COS, and then they have a kid label
Mhm.
named Monkey for children.
Mm,
Yeah.
It's like a
So
brand name.
yeah, brand name. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So
Okay.
V, do you want to read the next paragraph right here?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
H&M functions like a department store, selling not only clothing for men, women, and children, but cosmetics and home furnishings. It is most strictly a retailer. It does not own any factories, but instead relies on 800 independent suppliers for its garments. However, these suppliers are overseen by 30 H&M production offices using state-of-the-art IT system to track inventory and communicate with the corporate headquarters. In some cases, H&M buys all of their stock. The factories are based all around Europe and Asia, and with many located in Cambodia and Bangladesh.
Yeah, awesome. Great read.
Mm,
And then Tir, can you read the last paragraph?
yeah, sure.
Thank
Part
you.
of A&M's strategies have also been not to offer just knockoff, but original creations while it celebrated designs corporations with the elite levels like Alexander Wang. H&M's annual net sales in 2019 came to SEK 233 billion, about $24.8 billion.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Mhm.
It's a lot of billions. So yeah, so H&M is considered a fast fashion company, and then
mhm.
we have the king of fast fashion right here, Zara.
Oh,
Are you familiar with Zara?
I do.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
I'm
Uh,
guilty. I'm guilty as well. I have a couple of Zaras in my.
Yeah, I can't stop. I can't stop from
I,
buying it.
yeah, I know. Me too. All right. So okay. So V, can you read the first paragraph?
Of course.
yeah.
Spanish retail chains, Zara is all but famous for fashions, serving as an example of how to cut the time between design, production, and delivery. Zara's designers can sketch a garment and have the finished piece appear on store racks in as little as 4 weeks. It can modify existing items in as little as 2 weeks. What?
Yeah.
Only
So
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah, which is insane. So yeah, so it's kind of crazy because these designers at fashion shows, they spend months and months creating original ideas, and then
Yes.
places like Zara and H&M, you know, kind of rip them off. But you know, we're going to get into the good and the bad of this in a little bit. So, Tier, can you read the second one?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
It's its secret to this rapid turnover is its ownership of a relatively short supply chain. Over half its factories are closely located to its corporate headquarters in Spain. They also have factories in countries like Portugal, Turkey, and Morocco.
Yeah, Morocco. Yeah, so there's a big difference between H&M and Zara, and uh, that's their supply chain. Where H&M likes to have a lot of their clothing made in East Asia and Southeast Asia. Zara likes to keep all of their clothing close to them. They like to have it in, if you know the geography, Portugal is right next to Spain. Turkey is the gateway to Asia, so it's still Europe. And then
Yes.
Morocco is literally just underneath Spain in Africa. So, yeah. Kamira, can you read the next paragraph, please?
Yep.
Thank you.
Its fast production time is another key Zara strategy. That key is to stuff the store with more goods and offer the consumer an unparalleled amount of choice. It produced 10,000 plus pieces annually versus an industry average of 2,000 to 4,000 pieces. In 2019, sorry.
You can keep going. Sorry.
Yeah. Zara's annual get sale, including those of Zara Home, were 19.5 billion pound, about $22 billion.
Yeah. So crazy thing is they create anywhere from 2 to 5 times the amount of of uh of pieces of clothing pieces where you know it's like they'll do 10,000 and the average store or company like Nike, I don't know, Nike, or let's say give me a higher end guess, maybe. I don't know, I'm just throwing stuff out there. Might only do 2,000 pieces, but Zara will do 10,000. So it's really crazy. And the reason why they do 10,000 is because they'll take from a store like Guess, they'll take from Alexandra Wang, they'll take from Gucci, they'll take from any high end company. They'll steal all of their stuff. So that's why it's 5 times more. So here is one advantage of fast fashion. Who would like to read?
I will.
Okay.
Advantages of fast fashions. One, the constant introduction of new products encourage customers to frequent stores more often, which means they end up making more purchases. The retailer does not replenish its stock. Instead, it replaces items that sell out with new items.
Yeah, so there's always something new
Yes.
in a store. So I feel like you know this very well.
I do.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I feel like the guys can't relate.
I'm very traditional.
Very traditional.
Me too, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the army
usually
or the
people
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Ter just wears green all the time.
sure.
Yeah, because he's an
Um,
army.
Yeah.
agree on
Yeah, I
the
know. I know. I know. I know. So okay. So Kamira, can you read the advantage number 2?
Okay. As for advantage for the consumer, fast fashion has enabled people to get clothes they want when they want them. Also, clothing more affordable and not just in clothing, but innovative, imaginative, stylish clothing no longer is the latest look or being well dressed or having a large wardrobe or the province of the rich and famous. Yeah.
Yeah. So an advantage of fast fashion is that it costs less money for consumers. So you can go to a place like H&M and Zara and get these items of clothing for less money and not spend like $100 on a shirt. Instead you can spend like $20. So it's I guess
Yeah.
in that regard.
It's yeah. You know, before COVID, when I took my wife and my kids to like Eon Mall, like
Yeah.
look at the t-shirt, it $50 or $100. Ah, wow, so expensive.
Yeah.
So just back to the ordinary market, like $10 or $10 is fine
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Um
just yeah,
is
less than
that
this.
is that the mall where the casino
Just
is?
silly.
No. It's just normal mall.
Okay, just normal mall. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I went to the casino mall
It's
once.
called Naga Mall.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah, yes. I went to
yeah.
that. Yeah.
It's everything there.
I never
Yeah.
been there.
It
I never been there.
it's I don't know, it's weird. A lot of Chinese are
Yeah,
there.
it's Chinese
But
casino.
yeah, for real. For real. So yeah,
Oh, and do you know now we have two buildings? Yeah,
they
you
have
know about
2?
it?
No, I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah,
We have two Nagas now.
What? Where's
yeah.
the other one?
It's
Uh,
close. It's
it's
close
Yeah,
to
it's
close.
close
the
to each
first one.
other.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
oh.
it's like it linked by the underground mall, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Am I right?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
She
I
knew.
already,
She knew.
yeah, but
Yeah,
she's never been there though.
yeah, never.
It's new actually.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's on news. Yeah.
And you're allowed to smoke in there, evidently.
Ah,
I think maybe they're
Chinese
not
like
up.
smoking.
I
In
think
the
maybe there is the traditional Chinese.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When I went to it's a big thing. Like in Europe and China, people like to smoke cigarettes a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was in Shanghai, everybody was smoking. It was, or not Shanghai, Beijing. Everyone was smoking. The same in
Yes.
Italy as well. So, all right.
And
So
Amsterdam the worst.
Amsterdam as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's the worst. They smoke weed everywhere.
Oh well, that's okay. That's fine. I don't mind that. Actually, yes. I mean, for the purposes of this YouTube channel, yes, I mind that. Okay. So, all right. So next, disadvantages of fast fashion. We're going to talk about the environment. Who would like to read the first paragraph?
Mr. T, please.
Tier.
Yes, me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Despite the advantage of the customers, fashion have also been criticized because it encouraged a throwaway attitude. That's why it's also called disposable fashion. Many people that buy fast fashion items from Zara and H&M are in their teens and early 20s. The age groups the industry targets these teens admit they are only wearing their purchase once or twice.
Yeah. So also fast fashion is called disposable fashion. Basically, to sum it up, that um, these companies target these teens and envy,
No, not
evidently, and they target a younger audience, and basically when interviewed when news organizations interview these teens and these younger people, they found that they would buy these clothing items and only wear them once, and then maybe throw them out, or something like that. So, it's really, really bad if you're only wearing something once, and
Yeah,
that's a major, major problem in America. Is that um, women, especially, buy a
Short.
lot of clothing and they never wear it. You can go
Mhm.
up 2 stories in my house and see nothing but clothing, and most of it has never been worn. It's disgraceful. So, all right. So anyway, who would like to read the next one?
okay. Everything has a cost. If the price is low for the consumer, the price will be high for the environment. Critics say the fast fashion contributes to pollution and waste due to the cheap materials and manufacturing methods it uses. The poly-made garments don't age well, and they can't be recycled since they predominantly over 60% made of synthetics. So when they're discarded, they stay in landfills for years.
Yeah. So these items can't really be recycled because they're not made of just regular cotton or silk or anything like that. They're made of synthetics and they can't be recycled, because if you try to recycle them, they just like melt into like a ball or something like that. It's strange. So, and then here is the other disadvantage: is human rights. So
wow.
yeah. So okay, Kamara, can you read the first one?
Yeah. In addition to environmental impact, fast fashion affects the health of consumer and garment workers. Harmful chemicals, which has been linked to several types of cancer and respi- res-
Respiratory.
respiratory illness, have been found in apparel on the market today. As our skin is the largest organ of the body, wearing these poorly made clothes can be dangerous to our health.
Yeah, so some of the dyes that if we buy them can cause rashes, or sometimes wearing these pieces all the time can actually maybe cause cancer, they're saying. Um, I don't know if that's particularly proven, but I think that the next paragraph is actually absolutely true. They've actually done studies on this. So, Tir, can you read the next paragraph?
Yeah, sure. And how about her?
What's up?
This is normal.
V's gonna read the last one.
Yeah, okay. This danger only increased in the factories, towns, and homes where fast fashion is made. For example, fast fashion colors often release heavy metals and other tox-
Toxins.
toxicants that can adversely impact the health of animals in addition to nearby residents into local water systems, according to the Environmental Health Journal.
Yeah, good, good. Yeah, so these factories, they also pollute the towns as well. So and that's why a lot of these companies, they go to your backyard, particularly
Yes,
because
for
they
the
know,
poor.
yeah, and they know that. the regulations
Yeah.
are not good because the government has other things to worry about. You know, it's
Yes.
not that the government does. I don't think it's a thing that the government doesn't care. I just think that the government might not be aware of what's going on.
Yeah, of course.
So this isn't a slight to your country's government or to any country's government. This is what I'm saying is that these places, particularly like that do fast fashion, will pollute your backyard and not care. So you know, so V, can you read the last one?
Yes,
Thank you.
of course. The health of garment workers is always in was it, teacher?
Jeopardy.
Jeopardy through exposure to these chemicals, and that doesn't even take into account the long hours, unfair wages, lack of resources, and even physical abuse. Many of us are familiar with the news about Nike sweatshops, but they're just one of the many fast fashion brands violating human rights for the sake of fashion. The people who make our clothes are underpaid, don't have time to eat, and are pushed to their limits because there are few other options.
Yeah. So yeah. So Nike actually had a big scandal about sweatshops, and they're actually making efforts to reduce and eliminate sweatshops from their company. They said it's hard because what these clothing companies do is they give their outline of what they want to a middleman, and the middleman is in charge of making the clothing. So Nike says, "Hey, if you can make this, I'll buy like 10,000 pieces of clothing from you." And the middleman's like, "Yes, I can do it." So what happens is Nike doesn't ask who's making the clothes; they just agree to it, and then the middleman has the sweatshop with either kids or people in bad working conditions or something like that, or people underpaid or no food, things like that. So but Nike said that they're asking and taking tours of these facilities now. So yeah, in the 90s it was really bad. In 2000s, there were many issues with sweatshops. So all right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna stop, then we're gonna come back, and then we're gonna watch a short little video. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. See you guys in a second.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Tons
Yeah,
of
I'm
clothes
ready.
sold every year. In Europe, the amount purchased has almost doubled since the year 2000.
Today, the textile industry is valued at about $3 trillion. It has grown exponentially. There's some numbers that say it's quintupled in volume. It's absolutely crazy. The figures that I have seen estimate that by 2030, the industry will expand by an additional 60%.
Production costs have fallen. And thanks to fast, disposable fashion, you can constantly renew your wardrobe.
Fast fashion is the commerce of very inexpensive clothing that you are expected or you are ready to replace very rapidly. It's very typical for the fashion forward buyer to never wear an outfit that they purchased. You will wear something once or twice or maybe never.
Clothes are so cheap, it's as if they grow on trees. A disaster for the environment. How did it come to this? The very first to practice disposable fashion was a small Spanish brand that is now dominating the industry. Zara has more than 2,000 shops in almost 100 countries.
Zara, c'est 65 000 nouveaux produits chaque année Pour avoir un ordre de grandeur, normalement, dans l'industrie textile qui n'est pas fast fashion, on est plutôt à 5000. Donc on est à plus de 10 fois plus de produits chaque année. 65 000 nouveaux modèles par an. Si on divise par 365, on est à 200 modèles par jour. Tous les mois, ils renouvellent les 3/4 de leur assortiment. La concurrence, on estime que ce taux de rotation, il est plutôt au bout de 4-5 mois, en fait.
A rather discreet giant, Zara was founded in A Coruña in the north of Spain. Far from the splendor of Madrid and Barcelona, the capital of Galicia is an average-sized city. Yet it is where Zara's parent company, Inditex, is based, despite the lack of signs to indicate its presence in the city. The headquarters, nicknamed the Cube, is an anonymous building in the industrial estate. Zara, Bershka, Stradivarius, and Massimo Dutti, all the group's brands are based here. At the Cube on this spring day 2016, Amancio Ortega celebrates his 80th birthday. The founder of Zara reigns over an empire of 7,500 shops and 170,000 employees. It accumulates nearly 3 billion euros in annual profits. Amancio Ortega represents the 6th largest fortune in the world. Allergic to media exposure, he has never given a single interview. Zara also refused to participate in this film. In order to be more efficient than the competition, Zara has set up a unique system. The brand manages almost the entire production chain, from factories to shops. It can then impose its harsh standards.
Zara peut mettre 4 semaines entre le moment où ils vont décider qu'un nouveau modèle doit être mis sur le marché et le moment où il va arriver en magasin. Chez les concurrents, on est en mois et on est plutôt à 5, 6 mois, 8 mois.
Él, para vender su producto, cuando montó las tiendas, buscó los mejores lugares del mundo. Primera tienda en París, ópera, porque en su sentido común le decía, si estoy aquí en el centro voy a vender más que en el pueblo de al lado.
Common sense, but above all, effective marketing ideas that have revolutionized the world of fashion.
Zara a vraiment pris l'inverse de la logique classique de l'industrie. Je préfère que le consommateur ait l'impression de manquer. C'est ce qui va faire qu'il va revenir chez moi parce qu'il va y avoir sans cesse des nouveautés. Toutes les semaines, il y a des choses à découvrir. Il y a une telle rapidité et une telle démultiplication des modèles, ça va inciter le consommateur à revenir. Ils vont réussir à créer un sentiment de rareté auprès des consommateurs et des consommatrices. C'est ce qui fait qu'il revient 17 fois chez eux, alors qu'à la concurrence, un consommateur, une consommatrice classique revient 3-4 fois dans l'année.
Zara hardly does any advertising. Its locations in the heart of cities and the customers' bags are the best showcase for the brand. It's rare for former collaborators to reveal the secrets of this Spanish giant. For 3 years, this French designer worked for Inditex. She designed jeans for Bershka, the group's brand that targets a younger clientele.
Tout est orchestré pour qu'on ne perde pas de temps, en fait. Il y a des évidences, c'est sûr, on peut dire c'est copier-coller. Ça fait partie des raisons pour lesquelles je suis partie, c'est qu'au bout d'un moment, ça va trop loin, quoi.
No time wasted, making it virtually impossible to produce original designs. So the designers go undercover on journeys shamelessly described as inspirational.
Tous les designers voyagent pour s'inspirer. Donc on fait un shopping, donc on avait toutes nos boutiques à voir. Donc soit des marques très haut de gamme, soit très conceptuelles, pour vraiment avoir les dernières tendances. On achetait des pièces qui nous semblaient indispensables en termes de forme ou en termes de tissu, et après les couleurs. Ou alors après, si on avait le Graal, on pouvait trouver le vêtement qui avait les trois, quoi.
Et essayer de le reproduire.
Essayer de le reproduire.
Designers buy the clothes to adapt them into a low-cost version with very precise specifications.
On avait des formations plusieurs fois par an sur la protection de l'image pour bien mettre en lumière qu'il fallait faire attention. On va pas être photocopie, quoi. Et donc, il faut avoir au minimum 7 points de différence pour pas avoir de poursuite, quoi.
Il faut créer des différences.
C'est ça. C'est compliqué, hein. Il faut être réactif à la mode, mais il faut pas la copier. Donc, c'est trouver le juste milieu, quoi.
From time to time, small designers have enough and attempt to take Inditex to court. But few cases go all the way. One.
So I'm going to stop it here because I wanted to. So yeah, so that's basically what these companies do. They knock off basically designer clothes, and kind of just they rip people off pretty much. So it's ruthless. So what can we do about this? Do you have any suggestions? Does anybody have any suggestions?
Mostly limit myself from purchasing clothes.
Yeah, but what
And why I should care much about my outfits?
Yeah, I know it's tough, right? I mean, it's like you want to look good, you want to be presentable.
Yeah, or
So
maybe I just want to show my picture on social media and that's it. Oh, I don't wear it anymore.
yeah, so
Huh.
yeah, so what can we do? So I looked up a couple things. I looked up alternatives, and I actually practice some of these now. So who wants to read the first one? How about Tier?
Buy less. Even the greenest government use resource for production and transport to your home, creating some environmental impact.
Yeah. So even if you get something that's green, the getting it shipped to your house still creates some issues with environment. So number 2, V.
Buy clothes from sustainable brands. More and more fashion brands take into account the environmental and social impact on their production.
Yeah, sustainable brands. There are more and more sustainable brands every day popping up. So next, Kamara.
Buy better quality because clothes have become so cheap. We no longer care as much about quality. We just buy new garments when the ones we have lose the shape or appeal.
Yeah. So, and then lastly, Tier.
Sure. Yeah.
Or not lastly, but yeah, Tier.
Yeah. Buy second-hand swap, rent clothing instead of buying new clothing, and look at the alternative option.
Yeah, so you can buy some secondhand clothing. So here's a couple of options. V.
A secondhand shop is not a new concept. You can find secondhand shops everywhere in the world. Many websites and apps also offer all kinds of secondhand options, ranging from the cheapest to brand name clothes.
And you would say, God darn, I'm in Phnom Penh, so where would I find
Wow, many.
a secondhand shop? Yeah, it's funny that you said that. It's funny that you said that because I Googled it.
How about and how about the secondhand pens in American?
Oh yeah, well I'll show you in a second.
Wow.
But all of these
Sakura.
places, I don't know, are you familiar? I don't know if all these are secondhand, but I know this one,
What's this?
Bunlong,
BKK.
secondhand, Yano,
BKK.
Where is that? Where is that?
Bangkok market.
Bangkok market is like a
It's-
second-hand market.
it's a
You can
popular
find
market.
anything second-hand.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
It's great, but it's very crowded. It's
Very crowded. Yeah. So yeah. So I was just looking to see what you guys have, and to see if I'm in Phnom Penh, where I would go to try and find secondhand. For us here in America, me personally, I started shopping here at a place called Poshmark. Now this is my actual account. So what I do is I type in something. So V, give me a piece of clothing or a brand that you like.
What do you mean? So
Give
you
me
want
like, is there like, is there a certain brand of clothing that you like
for men?
for women?
Women.
It's both. I can do
Forgot
anything.
everything.
Yeah.
H&M. H&M for sure.
H&M, you like H&M? All right, so I'll put
Wow.
in
The luxury one.
and M. She loves that fast fashion. So I'll put in this is for women, but I'll put in H&M for didn't have. Okay, here we go. I can go here. Okay. H&M. So I put that in, and it has all women's clothes. So if you wanted to look for, let's say tops.
Cannot see your screen.
Yes,
Oh, what happened?
it's frozen.
What the heck?
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay, can you see me now?
I see you,
Yeah.
not your
Okay.
screen.
All right, hold on. Ready? Let's go back. Now?
Yes.
Okay. So you put H&M in, and then you go, and then I put in tops right here, and then there's a million listings. So I know we're in. So I'm sure V's like a 00. So we'll put in 00 for the size, and look at all.
I
Look at all this.
Wow.
It's insane.
maybe look for a kid, like
Oh.
13 to 14. Yeah.
They have kids.
I got problem with size, like
Yeah. So
the size
kids.
you come in. Yes, kids 13 to 14. And it's real.
Yeah. So you can pretty much get whatever you want. Like
Oh my God.
yeah. So this is stuff. These are some things that I saved. That I was thinking about getting. So you just put a like by it, and it holds it for you. And then yeah, so if like you like something, you can just save it. I get a majority of my clothes from this website now because it's they're used, and they're in really good condition. And also clothes that I don't want, I recycle them through this site, Poshmark, and I sell clothes that I don't wear anymore, or basically clothes that don't fit me anymore because I'm big and fat. And yeah, I sell these clothes through Poshmark now. So
it's based in the US only, or
I don't
anywhere
know. I'm sure you have an online site in Cambodia. You just have to look it up. Let me see. Cool. Is there a
Teacher,
yeah?
teacher, don't forget to share me the second-hand pants shop also.
Second, okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
So evidently there is. Oh no, that's a website. Hold on.
Yeah.
Baskets of
Ma,
Cambodia.
this is
Poshmark brown bags of Cambodia. Let's go to news. Sometimes news. Quick there. app in Cambodia. Other updating the Poshmark app. Must include Cambodia. Let's see. Used. Is this one? Sabelok?
Sabailok.
Yeah. So this one
Survival.
looks like something. Let's check it out.
Oh, Sabailok.
Yeah. Do you
Easy
know?
to sell. Happy
No,
to
no, no.
sell.
Yeah, happy to sell, not.
No. I don't know if there's anything that would be for you guys to look up, because I'm not, there might be something in your actual language, not in English lettering. There might be something in Khmer letters to look up when it comes to, but there definitely are used clothing stores and apps. So wait, so you wanted to find pants here?
Me?
Yeah.
No, no, no. Actually, I want the Marblons in UK, but I don't know in the United States have a second hand with a special brand or not.
Yeah, I don't know about UK. You would have to look that up. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't know. But
Actually, I cannot find the second hand in Cambodia, but I
really,
just saw. Yeah,
yeah, there's a ton of places. See, like here.
So where do you live? You live in Phnom Penh or not?
Yeah,
yeah, sure.
yeah, ton of places. So all you have to do, Google Cambodia used clothing store, and I think some of these places are higher end. So let's try the secondhand brand shop. That's right there. There are no real pictures or anything like that. You're just gonna have to look, look for recycling. And I know there are like boutiques that sell recycled clothes in Phnom Penh. So you just gotta look. You just gotta keep an eye out. Google stuff. So all right, guys, let me finish this up so I can let you go. Okay.
Mhm.
So all right. So lastly,
Oh,
just a little homework because you didn't show up yesterday, or we didn't have homework yesterday. So, what are your thoughts about fast fashion? Will you continue to buy from places like H&M and Zara because the prices are low, or will you change your habits? You know, I don't blame anybody for doing this. I'm not trying to throw my politics on anybody or throw my ideals onto anyone. So if you're still going to shop there, that's completely fine. I understand, man. These are tough times, and if you need clothing, sometimes it's the best place to get something inexpensive. So I do understand that. So yeah, so yeah, just let me know what your thoughts are, and we'll review the homework tomorrow. Okay?
mhm. Yeah,
Yes.
So how was that? Was that all right?
yeah,
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Cool.